Can have your attention here in the media center. We've got a very special press conference now with Hailie Deegan. Hailie, you're one of the busiest people here at this speedway this week. And not only did you win last night's K&N Pro Series West race, and you're now the series points leader, but you're going to drive the Toyota Supra pace car tomorrow for the Xfinity Series race. And you dropped some news on FS1. Can you tell us about the news you just dropped?
Yeah, this is a big weekend for me, starting off from the win at the dirt track, which going into that race, I just knew that I was going to have to go out there and get a win. Last year I got second, and I wasn't happy with it, even though it was my first time racing the stock car on dirt. I think that I just wanted to go out there and show everyone that I'm a dirt racer and that we can be fast on dirt and we can get it done. And I wanted to come into this year and really show everyone that we're going to be competitive during this K&N West season, that I'm going for a championship, that we're not playing games, that we're here to win races. And I'm super excited to drive the Supra during the Xfinity race. I've been able to drive it a little bit here and there, and it's fast. I like it. I'm into all the sports cars and stuff, so just going out there, it's going to be really fun pacing the field. I have some friends racing the Xfinity race, so it's just going to be cool to get on the track.
And you just announced some news about the Menards ARCA series here coming up that you're going to have 6 races.
Yeah, so 6 races with Venturini Motorsports. So Toyota TRD put the opportunity together for me. So I'm going to be racing in the Venturini car. Don't know which number yet, but going to be there for 6 races. I think we start off at Toledo, which I have a test there beforehand. But my car is going to be all between Monster, Craftsman, IK9. And so there's a lot of good partnerships going around in my ARCA series car. And between the K&N car, too, there's just so much going on, so much support that's coming in. But still, we just got to get to more racing, get more wins.
Okay, well, you'll get to some questions next. We'll start here with Lee, and we'll work our way around.
Lee Spencer, RacingBoys.com. I got to say, to see a bunch of grown men high-fiving each other when you came across the start-finish line was pretty impressive. Did you kind of fuel on the response from the fans?
Yeah, I saw some videos of just like the fans in the stands after. I think NASCAR racing, it comes down to those type races where it's not just following the leader all the way to the finish. It's going for those last lap passes, making those risky moves. That's what makes drivers unique. And I think the people who just stay in line, follow in line, become in this whole segment of average drivers. And I don't want to be average. I want to be different. I want to be unique and for my driving style and my abilities. And I think that just going out there, I'm not afraid to do something that someone else would be scared to do on the track. I want to go out there and I want to do what it takes to get a win.
And you said you're a dirt racer. We saw you in a sprint car last week. Where was that? And would you like to run Chili Bowl Nationals in January?
So I was at Ventura in one of Corey Cruzman's sprint cars. So I just went out there just getting ready for this dirt race. It was just really to get more experience on a dirt circle track. I'm from dirt off-road truck racing, and that's a lot different than flat circle track dirt racing. And so I just really drove that car to get more experience, more comfortable across the board. I was in a car 4 days in a row before this, just getting more seat time so I could come out here swinging. And that sprint car, that was fun to drive, for sure. I think that getting in a sprint car maybe a little bit more, whether it's a midget or something like that, just getting around the board, more practice in different cars will make me a better driver.
But would you like to run Chili Bowl?
I don't know. I think Chili Bowl's a big step. Something that I would have to really have a lot of seat time, a lot of practice to do. And I don't know if this year I'd be ready to do that. I don't know. I mean, my focus right now is on stock car racing, and I don't want to venture too far away from that. I really just want to get in a stock car, not take away what I have from stock car racing to do something else. I just want to focus on my championship in the K&N series I'm trying to get.
Go to Jerry.
Jerry Jordan, kicking the tires.net. You were already in the pace car earlier today. Can you talk about that and what it means to you to be actually to pace the field?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Just honestly, I haven't even been on the speedway yet in just a regular car. And so just going out there, being in the Supra, being the first Supra to pace the field in the Xfinity race, it's going to be one good experience just because that the car is fast, and I've driven it before on other tracks. At Daytona, when we did a commercial for Toyota there, it was just watching that car and how much speed it has, and just seeing it on like one of the racetracks. It's just a cool thing to do. Maybe in the future we get my hands on one, but that'd be something cool to do.
Hi.
Right here in the middle.
Hi, Anna Michelle Johnson from KPVM TV. Very simple question. How do you plan on making this year more exciting than the last?
I think this year, last year, I really just want to get that weight off my shoulders of getting that first win out of the way. And I think the only thing that can make it more exciting is more wins and a championship.
Justin Schuler, Speedway Media. Tell us about your relationship with your driving coach, Troy Adams.
Yeah, so Troy, ever since really growing up, I'd say from the age of, 12, 13, in off-road truck racing, he was actually like my main competitor's driving coach and spotter. And he was kind of my driving coach away from the track, but as soon as we went to the track, he was my competitors. And I ended up battling for a championship with him in the end. And after that season, he ended up coming over to my side, being my spotter, my driver coach, and I was about 15 at the time. And ever since then, I go to his track. He owns a go-kart track up in Riverside area, and I go there about twice a week to get more practice, especially before race weekends. And we practice everything from driving a go-kart on a circle track to bump and runs to parking on the bottom of the last corner. Everything that I use in a stock car, I've practiced at his track.
At the go-kart track, you ran a race in the off-season, and it seemed like you had a lot of fun out there for that.
Yeah, I have so much fun. Whatever car I can get in, I think just being able to come around and get in whatever car you can just makes you a better driver. So like driving the sprint car, driving a go-kart, if you stayed in a stock car, you're never really going to know what the difference is, different feels of a car, because everything's just based upon your feel. And if you can comprehend with a lot of different cars, it's just going to make you a better driver.
We'll go to your left to Chris and then to Matt.
ChrisKnightCatchfence.com. Talking about your ARCA schedule coming up with Venturini, obviously is a very potent ARCA Racing Series team, and you're going to be very diverse in your schedule, running from short tracks to super speedways, obviously with Pocono and Kansas and whatnot. Is this the feeling to get you ready towards a full ARCA schedule in 2020, hopefully?
I mean, this year, really just getting ready. I think it honestly depends on how this year goes with my K&N series. I think if we get that championship, yes, I'd want to move up, make a step into a bigger series after we accomplish everything I can in this series. And that's something that I really wanted to do with my career, is just win at every level that I'm at before I move up. And so I think oh, my bad. Okay. So I think this year in the ARCA series, I just want to go out there, be able to run in the top 5, go out there, maybe get a win, but yeah.
Too much dirt racing. It's catching up to you. Matt Weaver, Auto Week. My question surrounds Kevin Reed Jr. Oh, wait. Hang in there.
All right, back at it.
You good?
Good.
Okay, so Kevin Reed Jr., you started working with a little bit last year. He's a second-generation crew chief. His dad has been in ARCA and trucks for years. You guys seem to have gelled really quickly. How has it been working with Kevin Jr. and just what he brings to your program?
Yeah, I think going up this year, Kevin, he really made the difference in my program. God, I think he came in midway through the season and really showed that our relationship together, just of being a younger crew chief, understanding what I had to say. He wanted to prove something, I wanted to prove something, and us together, we just comprehended well.
Any additional questions for Hailie? We'll go to Bob.
Bob Hawkers, Fox Sports. You talked about how every time you're in a car, it's a good experience, but I imagine New Smyrna was not the most fun experience for you. How important was yesterday in light of kind of the struggles at New Smyrna?
Yeah, New Smyrna, that was a rough race, and I think that we went out there, we showed that we were fast, we showed that we were one of the fastest cars out there, and I think that something that I wanted to do during the off season was work hard so we could show that. And once we did show that at New Smyrna, it really showed everyone that we were going to be fast hopefully all season. And it didn't end the way I wanted it to, but I think that everyone saw we were fast. We did everything we could. Car, you have problems with it sometimes. Everyone has that in the racing world, but it happens. You just go past it, move on to the next race, and we got it done here. That's what I wanted to do.
We'll wrap up here with Davey.
Hey, Hailie, back here.
Oh, what's up?
What's up? So coming up next for K&N West is Irwindale. Trevor Huddleston, Jagger Jones, they both have a lot of experience there, as well as some other drivers in the series. how do you kind of handicap your chances? I know it's early, but to maybe start the season off with back-to-back wins.
Man, I'd hope so. That'd be great. I've raced at Irwindale quite a bit before, so I feel like I know that track pretty well. But I think there's some things there. Like maybe Trevor knows a little bit more about me about the track, but I think in the end we have a really good car, and if we can get a really good setup, we'll definitely have a good run there. Just because I've driven on that track a lot, it was one of the first tracks I ever drove on in a K&N car. So I think that's something that I had a lot of raw speed at Irwindale. So if I can do good, get a good setup, we're gonna have a good race car.
Well, Hailie, congratulations on the win last night. That was awesome. And good luck the rest of your season. And have fun driving that Super tomorrow.
Thank you.
Take care.